Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Mighty Jake with a brand new tutorial for you guys today. We are going to be making a medieval tavern. I find this build to be fairly simple but awesome. I absolutely love how it turned out. I was actually experimenting just making builds on a super flat world, and I decided to post one to Reddit because I thought it turned out cool. And the response was amazing. We almost had 4K upvotes and people really wanted a tutorial. So I've got that for you guys today. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who subscribed recently. We've had over 200 new subscribers in the past month, which is absolutely amazing. If you guys do like my content, I stream all these builds on Twitch when I make them, so go check me out there. Also, 80% of you guys who watch my videos are not subscribed, so if you guys find this useful or enjoy it, please drop a follow. It really means a lot. Before we get on with the tutorial, I'm gonna go put the item list up on your screen right here. Take a note of it, screenshot it, and we are gonna get into this build. To start us off here, we have our grid. The yellow are the walls, the red are the spruce pillars, the green are the supports, and the blue are the strip spruce pillars on the inside. We're going to start by building these guys 6 high, and then you're going to go 1 higher and make a 3 block gap in between with the spruce, and then the rest are just going to be 4 blocks high. Also take note that the back side of the build is going to be identical to the front side, so there are some mistakes, or I guess not mistakes in the video, but there was a couple flaws in the in a couple sections of the video that I caught while I was editing, where I didn't do the exact thing correctly in the back, so just take note of that. Each side is going to be exactly the same. When it comes to this tower here, we're going to be making these guys 9 blocks high, and then you're going to go up another 10th block and then go 3 wide. And then these ones are just going to be 9 blocks high as well. Once you're done with that, you're going to take your strip spruce and build it 5 high on each blue wool block. Here we're going to be using cobblestone and spruce stairs to just complete the pillars, and just place these like so around the build. This next part, we're going to be using cobblestone and stone to create the walls. And you can be a bit creative with this. I really like to kind of space out the cobblestone and stone from each other, because sometimes when they are connected, there's a little bit too much, but you want to kind of balance it out. And you're just going to make these 4 high on each side. Now, the ones for the staircase are going to use a very similar method, but we're actually going to connect the bottom in the top of them so that they create a little window space. Once you're done with the ones that connect at the bottom, you're just going to go around the build and do the same exact thing that we've been doing. Next, we're going to tie this whole thing together by making these false windows here. You're going to do an upside down spruce stair at the bottom, and then your spruce fences in between, and then one on top. And then these are pretty easy, you just fill them in with spruce fences. Once again, just continue this around the build. And the last thing we're going to be doing here is just taking these stairs and adding them in between the pillars we just made. Next, you're going to want to follow along and create this shape within your build. We're going to be creating the floor here. I would suggest paying close attention here and taking a lot of screenshots because this whole pattern is a bit tricky. It was even tricky for me to be able to film. But when I have it completed here in a second, you can just take a screenshot of it and pause it and continue that way. As soon as you have that layout done, you're going to be taking your stripped oak and you're going to place it all going in one direction in the blank spots that we left. Now you'll notice we have this empty spot here. You're actually going to take those same oak, the stripped oak, and you're going to just take them and extend them all the way across the doorway. It's okay that it's not even. We're going to be covering this up later. And I break those blocks there, but you can just replace those with the stripped oak. But we'll be replacing those later. Actually, I think now we're going to be using the stripped spruce, and we're going to be filling in these areas that you see here. So we're going to be covering that up there, so that shouldn't matter. But once you get this done, this is going to kind of tie in your build a little bit better, and we are going to be eventually creating this pretty cool wall pattern that I kind of came up with on the spot because I had some of the interior done while I was doing this, but I actually had to really experiment because one of the designs wasn't working out too well. So now we're going to be placing these stairs like this. This is one of the spots that I kind of messed up on. If you see those stairs there, I totally missed out on the ones that are next to the doorway. You're going to want to take note of that and place those down. And then here we're making that cool wall design that I was talking about earlier. So we're going to place those stripped spruce like so, and then we're going to place our fences like so, and then the stairs. And just repeat that for each open gap. Now we're going to continue on to the staircase. I know a lot of you guys will be building this in survival, so I try and do as many things as possible without flying, just to make it easier for you guys. So this is one of them. We're going to be using the spruce stair and placing it like that, and then right at the end of them we're going to be placing our plank so that you can walk up to the next one, and just repeat this all the way around to the very top. We've got the stairs down, it's a bit easier to get to the second level. So here we're just going to be wrapping the entire build within the strip spruce, and this is going to add a layer that we're going to be able to build our deck off of. Right here, you don't need to do that. It was in my old build and I was looking at it and I tried recreating it, but I decided not to. So just continue this all the way around, just keep wrapping it, and it doesn't matter where the ends of the spruce poke out because we're going to be covering it later. Like I said earlier, we're going to be covering this guy with the spruce stairs, and you're going to make sure to place them upside down. This is pretty tricky, so you're going to want to kind of take it slow. Just continue this around the entire build except for the fronts and back. Now that you've got that done, you can take your spruce fences and just wrap it around. You're gonna place one on every single spruce stair that we just placed. Next, we're gonna be starting the second story. You're gonna build in these open blocks 4 high, and then you're gonna build that one in the middle 3 high, and continue to do that on the other side, except for the one in the middle, because that is gonna be a support for the roof and a divider for the deck. So just do that, go around, and once you get that done, you're going to head back to the staircase, and we're gonna fill this in here. This is a little bit difficult, but I figured you guys would be kind of playing it in survival and creating this, so the stairs would make it a bit easier. Here you can just see me filling it in, and make sure you get this correct because the window spacing is key. There's gonna be 3 blocks in between the top and bottom window. Just take note of that. And while you're up here, you might as well just fill these in at the moment. Next up, we want to take our spruce wood and just build it across here. It's going to be kind of a cross beam. And then you're going to take this one. Make sure you don't connect it to the doorway because we're going to be filling that in later. And just place these like I have them here. And then make the last one in the middle. And I just want to note that that is all 1 block higher than everything we've placed so far. So like the deck and the 5 block high pillars, it's going to be 1 block higher than that. Here we're going to be making the design for the floor. So you're just going to kind of create the same pattern I've got going on here. I do want to say though that we are using planks for these. So you're going to be placing them on the top side of where you can place the plank. And then you're going to take your strip spruce and connect between these 2 pillars, and you're going to do it 4 blocks high in between each pillar that we placed. And we'll be cutting this out later for windows and doors. And just continue this, and you can see I messed up a little block in the middle there. But just continue this around and you'll be good. Like I said earlier, we're just going to be cutting these areas out. Make sure you space them properly. I like to space them from each side, just 1 block, and then 2 blocks in between, and then do the same thing. Finally, we're going to be starting on the roof. So you're going to take these spruce stairs and build them out 3 blocks. And then under them, you're going to be using the same spruce stairs and just creating this kind of pattern. And you're going to make sure to fill it in all the way. So that goes all the way to the wood in the back. But just do this on each side. And then once you finish that, you're going to place your upside down one in the middle. And then you're going to place planks here. And then create this pattern that I've got going on here. Before you start filling in the roof, you're gonna make sure you want to build this guy up until the middle block, and then do the same on each side, so that you actually have kind of a starting place to build everything. Because if you build it improperly at the beginning, and then you have like a whole row of blocks that are placed wrong, you're gonna have to delete them. It's just gonna make it time consuming. So you're gonna meet those 2 at the middle there, and then place 1 upside down block like we did earlier. Now we can bring this over to the side and just repeat the same process in the back. Now, the one tricky thing that I found might be a little bit of a hiccup for you guys is the connection between the stair roof and the main roof. I found that it's easiest to kind of do them both separate and then just kind of connect them once you have both done. And here you're just going to be repeating the same steps just on a smaller scale that we did earlier. Here we're going to use stairs to kind of make a cool little roof pattern. You're just going to place them back to back like so, and then just fill this all in and do the same thing on the top. We're going to be continuing the roof here, and on the top you can see that the windows are already done. I had to do this later because I forgot to actually get to this part. This is one of the mess ups I was talking about earlier, but you're going to get rid of the fences and just do what we did in the front. It's pretty simple. Next, take your strip spruce and just place them in the middle of the build here, and then do the same thing on the other side. And this is going to be the outline for our windows, so next you're going to want to place those same blocks on the sides here. Once you finish that, you're going to take your glass and just fill this in. Since we have the glass out, we're gonna go fill these guys in as well. Make sure that you keep some of them open. These two in the middle are gonna be open, and we're gonna place doors there later. Now this part can get pretty tricky, so make sure you pay close attention. We're gonna be placing our doors like that, and then we're actually gonna have to come to the outside to place our trapdoors correctly. You're gonna place each one of them on each other by crouching so that we have them go all the way up to the top. And then when you finish that, we're gonna do the same, but we're not gonna go all the way to the top because we're gonna be filling in with spruce stairs later. So just do what I do here. If you are building this in survival or find it hard to do it in creative with fly, you can place blocks down below you so you can crouch on those blocks. I actually found it fine if I was flying. It just took a little bit more effort, but once you fill those in, it kind of makes a cool door pattern, and then you can take your spruce stairs and place them on top there. From here on, it's just rinse and repeat. You're gonna do the same thing. I actually messed these up and I placed them wrong. You don't place them from the inside again because they will not close correctly, so you gotta do them from the outside. Now we finally got everything built, and we're gonna do some decor on the inside. So you're gonna take your lanterns and place them in between those fences we placed down earlier. And now we're gonna make a little bit of a bar. So you're gonna take the upside down spruce stairs, create them like so, and then use a trapdoor for a little opening area. And then take your seats and your picture frames and your pots, and then place the ferns, and then place your food. And we're gonna make a little hanging storage area. So you're gonna take your chains, make them 2 down from that beam, and then place your trapdoors like so. as a little decorative kind of thing, we're gonna place our hay on the corners of the build because we don't really have anything else. And then we're gonna make a table here by just placing the trapdoors like so. This is fairly easy and straightforward. You just gotta know how to like place the trapdoors correctly so they fold into the build properly. But once you do that, you place your stairs for seating, and then we can place our picture frame for food and our pod with a fern. You're gonna notice that it's a little bit dark, so you're gonna actually wanna make a lamp. We're gonna do a chain and then a fence and then another fence and then another, and just kind of repeat around that. And then you're gonna place your lamps on top. Making a doorway here might look a little bit weird, so we're gonna actually make this kind of sideways doorway. I thought it looked really cool. I actually came up with this on the spot, and I was like, oh, kind of works. Next, you're gonna head upstairs, and then you're just going to want to place stairs where I place them here, and we're gonna make our doorway for the next room. Once you got that done, cut that out, and then you head on inside. We're gonna make one last pillar in the middle here. You're gonna take this up 3 blocks, and then you're gonna take spruce slabs, and you're just gonna fill this whole area in. Also, I feel like this is something I should note. If you guys want to do something different, you do not have to keep to this decor kind of theme. I personally think this one's a little bit bare compared to most that I've done, but I was a little bit rushed on time, and so I think it still turned out good. I definitely like the tavern area, but the as for like the bedrooms and stuff, they could have been done a bit better. So if you guys want to go out and do your kind of own thing, like I would absolutely love to see what you guys come up with. Now we're just going to be filling in the walls here and then just replacing the planks that we're going to be filling in. And then once you do that, we're going to make a couple doors as well. I forgot to cut these areas out, so just make sure you do that as well. And the left one is going to be a door and the right one is going to be a window. Head around to the other side and just do the same thing. Make that stair and then make the door. And then we're gonna go and decorate a little bit. Well, after we put this door in and stair. Now we're gonna make a little check-in desk. So you're gonna do the exact same thing we did with the bar earlier, just on a smaller scale. And then we're gonna take the trapdoor and add it here. Now we're going to be decorating these 2 rooms. You're going to place your bed in the back left corner, and we're going to make a little bedside table. And then we're going to make another table with a little pot and a fern on top of it. And then we're going to make a desk. And you're just going to repeat the same exact thing for this next room here. I forgot to add this earlier. We're gonna put a picture frame down and put a quill and notebook down, just as a little check-in sheet. And then we're gonna make our stairs right here. Once you finish those stairs, it's good to fill this area in. Make sure you don't block off the area to actually walk up the stairs though. And here we're going to be using our strip spruce again to build this all the way up and then divide the 2 rooms that we're going to be creating here in a sec. Then you're just going to take your planks and fill this in except for the doorway. Add your doors, and then we're going to add a lantern above the top, and then we're going to start working on our storage room. Here I kind of just went a little crazy with some barrels and chests and whatnot to kind of give it a bit more of a attic kind of vibe. And here you can see I took the same concept we used earlier above the bar and just made it so that you have a little bit of a like storage shelf for these chests. And here I accidentally broke the roof open and didn't have the time to really fix it. Not time, just effort. But I went back and fixed it later. Don't do that. Just a heads up. Don't do that. We're going to fill this area in here. This is where our other doorway is going to come through. But first we're going to make an armor stand. This is something I didn't realize. I forgot to make the armor stand 1 block to the left. It went too far to the right, so it actually covered the door. And so I ended up changing that later in the tutorial. But just place your armor stands down. 1 or 2 is fine. But I am going to be removing the second one later on. As we go down, we're going to go back and just place a little bit of lighting as well. And we're going to go check these stairs out. This area is a bit tricky. You have to, the way I did it is just add these planks here so you can walk up. But this spot is where the door is going to go. And so this is what I was talking about earlier, where the armor stands are kind of in the way. So I ended up getting rid of one and just replacing it with the planks. I was having a bit of a hard time trying to figure this area out because it's so small. It's such a tight space, and so it's more like you just have to add a stair there. And then I liked adding the slab to the right here. It kind of just like sectioned it off a little bit. But then the lantern above me, I was trying to figure out why I couldn't jump. You place that behind, that's a good slot for it, and then that's pretty much about it there. Except for the door. We gotta place the door, I forgot. And that is pretty much it for the build. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. This has been such a treat to make, and a lot of great feedback on the Reddit page. Again, that just blew my mind how many people wanted a tutorial for this. And so here we go. Here we are. You guys build it, do whatever you want with this build. Go out, put it in a medieval city. I'd love to see that. If you guys want to join our Discord, I will have that linked down in the description. You guys can send the builds in the builds channel on there. I find that great. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you all. Much love. Drop a like, a follow, and I will see you in the next one.